What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Yesterday we talked about how we wanted to look for a fill of this fair value gap right here, right before the New York session, because right now, as of the time that we're recording this, it is 3 a.m. New York. And if you do retrace back into here, sometime anywhere between 4 to 5, then you can totally look for an opportunity for price to just continue towards the upside from here on out. And at 6 a.m. we filled it, and then we went straight to the target that we set for yesterday. So right now we're adding another win to the overall stack, which is so far since February, we are 42 out of 54 in terms of win rate. When it comes to these calls, these are all publicly called analyses. These are not the trades that I take in private. This is the YouTube videos basically. So that puts our total now to 43 out of 55 because yesterday we pretty much played it correctly. And I think that pretty much puts us at around 78%. So for those of you who are new to the channel, just know that you are in the right place, and I will continue to try my best to read the markets correctly. I'm not always right, but I would say I'm right more often than I'm wrong. So today, to kick things off, let's take a look at Bitcoin heading up into the daily chart, because we always want to start our analysis up on the higher time frame and then go into the lower time frame so that we don't get caught up in the noise and we actually know which direction we're supposed to be trading in. And based on yesterday's daily candle, we would say that the bias today is a bullish, and we would look for upside move. Why? Because yesterday we got a bullish close after sweeping out this kind of liquidity. And so moving on to the 1 hourly chart just to see how this plays out. So essentially yesterday the day opened up over here, you sweep the liquidity and then you get a change in state of delivery. That's why we were so confident that this fair value gap was going to hold. And even if it wasn't this fair value gap, like at any point here, you would have given you an entry. Now, if you guys remember yesterday, the other thing that we did mention as well is that once we got the broken base yesterday, based on the point where I drew the fib, which was here at this candle, that was when I recorded the video, I was also talking about how price can potentially return back to the 0.618, or just basically this entire blue box here. And price indeed just came back into it and retraced back into this order block, and also could have given you a second entry. But enough of that for now. Just talking about yesterday's setup, it's basically swept liquidity and the price gave a strong reaction to the upside. Basically behavior of price pairing together with timings. Basically, as of the time that I recorded the video yesterday, it was during the London Open kill zone, and when price gave a CISD at exactly that time, that's how I kind of confirmed that Bitcoin was indeed going to go up and we should be looking for a bullish setup. And similar for today, because yesterday's candle closed bullish, today we want to be bullish as well. And guess what's happening right now? Right now, as of the time that I'm recording this video, it is just the start of the London session. And you can see that we have taken out a point of liquidity right here. This is known as a weak low. And the reason why that is a weak low, the dollar sign just got completely cut off. But like the reason why this is a weak low is because this is a low that forms without sweeping liquidity, right? Just like, for example, right now, this low right here is known as a strong low because this is a low that formed after sweeping out liquidity. And guess what time this has happened? This is 1 a.m. New York. And if we zoom into the lower time frames, you will see an even better setup, which is the fact that during this liquidity sweep right here, you have actually swept out the Asia lows right during London. And so this essentially plays into a typical setup that happens time and time again in the markets, something that we teach a lot in bootcamp. But essentially, Asia accumulates, London you manipulate, and then New York distributes. So now that the manipulation has happened, all you want to look for is a long setup. So this is the original point of the manipulation. So if you do return back to this area, that's going to be kind of like an ideal zone. But honestly, even right here with this fair value gap on the 5-minute chart, this is already enough of a setup for you to dive into it. Why? Because right now you have all three time frame aligned. On the daily chart, you are bullish, right? So we're looking for longs. 1 hourly, in terms of 1 hourly, you have bullish order flow. The fact that this bullish order block got respected and price is currently trading higher at a key timing means that the order flow is also bullish. So boom, your middle time frame is aligned. It is also bullish, which is why the moment we head into the 5-minute, we just want to see a change in state of delivery or just some kind of bullish order flow. And this right here, we got it right at 2 a.m. So that is your change in state of delivery. Price doesn't really give much of a retrace, but this would have been the ideal entry. Right now though, this fair value gap is absolutely valid. And throughout the rest of the day, I think you can just trade, into future fair value gaps for continuations higher. Just target 2R on every trade that you take. And I think today is going to be a pretty clean day, given the fact that right now we have an A and D setup forming for the day. Now, just to give you guys a target for today, this is the previous high. That also lines up with like relatively equal highs, because right now you have 1 high, 2 high, and 3 highs formed in relative proximity which means that this is going to act as a drawn liquidity for price to head towards there. One of the things you need to understand about relative equal highs and lows is that they act as a magnet for price to return back to. Retail traders are most often going to be looking at these levels and be like, oh, this is a strong resistance because price got rejected 3 times. But in reality, the order flow in terms of the higher time frame, the order flow in terms of the middle time frame, and the order flow, just even the market structure, heck, is just pointing towards the outside, and so these will eventually get taken out. Anyone that goes short at these areas are going to get stopped out because price is going to give you quite an aggressive move. For today, the target is going to be very simple. You're at least going to take out 95,400, potentially hitting 95,600, and I think personally 95,800 is going to be the target. So if you enjoy these smart money analyses done on crypto, make sure you subscribe because I'll be making more and more of these videos. And don't forget that in 11 days, we're going to be having a free masterclass teaching you exactly the skills that I'm sharing with you in this video right here. And for those of you who have attended these past masterclasses before, you know that this is absolutely zero fluff, zero BS. This is just going to be 2 hours straight up of value. If you're interested, click the first link in the description box below. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, guys.